All right, in this brief demo, I'm going to show you how to use Remote Desktop on a Windows 8.1 computer to connect to a VM that happens to be in an Azure VM, but that's not the important thing. But what you'll need to get started to do any remoting is knowing the host, okay? The domain name system name. Azure ones, if you don't do something, are going to be called cloudapp.net. So nothing confusing there. It's just this long thing. And sometimes there'll be a port number appended. Okay, but if you're remoting anywhere, you need to know the name of the thing you're connecting to. We'll call it the host, and then you'll need to know when you get there what your login is. You'll also have a password. I'm not writing that one down. But you need to get those from whoever your provider or your administrator is. I can't tell you for every remote you're going to do what those things are. But with those things in mind, I'm just going to click Start and type Remote and do the same thing in Windows 7 or XP just to find this Remote Desktop connection. And that's built into Windows. Macs are going to be a little bit different naturally. They want you to think different. And what you basically have to do then is make the computer there equal to the one that you were given. Now, I've been practicing, so I already had it in my pull down, and sometimes people can give you it's called an RDP connection. Maybe you just get to click on it. But if you're doing it from scratch, you have to get that name there. You can, in Remote Desktop, open that up and straight away here if you want, and I'll show you if you didn't do it that way. There's a way to fix it later. AX demo 050. If you're really into it, you can save the credentials and that kind of thing. Another thing I would look at doing when I was building a Remote Desktop connection is on the Local Resources tab, and I'm getting a little advanced here, is maybe keep this local disk, if you'd like your local computer stuff available when you're up on that cloud computer so you can save down to it, then you want to enable those. But those were advanced moves. The short of it is you need to get that name in and then click Connect. All right. And some of them just say yes, you trust it. If you're watching this, you can trust where you're going to go. But there are things they can do for certificates. And so now it's all ready for my thing. If I hadn't got that in there ahead of time, I would have to use another account. Let me show you what that looks like. Suppose I wasn't smart enough to have done this, and then I connect. Then sometimes it comes in as, okay, I'm administrator on my computer or it's my laptop. Then you just say use another account, and then you can type that in on the spot. Okay, so nothing too dramatic there. Sometimes it's getting confusing, and a little more confusing to me these days because so many people want to know your login because all the time because of how Windows 8 or even the Macs work, but it knows your login. But so I put that in, put my password, clicked OK. It's going to spoon a little bit. This is the first time using that particular login, so it's going to take a little while to tap. You might and probably will get, depends on who's doing, something about the identity. As I've set it up as a test machine, so it doesn't have a real certificate or anything. But feel free just to click yes there. It's going to spin a bit, and after a little bit, like I said, that was the first login for that particular user ID. So the black stays there just a little while longer than it will typically if this person were to come in again. And let's just wait for it. And there we are. And so what I've got in a window here is, and I'm going to maximize it, I am now just, I'm in the cloud, okay? And this happens to be something that's a Dynamics AX demonstration. And if you're watching this because you're headed for the AX training, then feel free to nose around and use it. And I'm not going to do too much more. If you can get here, then everything's fine. If you want to, you can disconnect from the session. That just leaves the login active and going. we're paying some Azure bills while you do that, but we pay the Azure bills even if you log off. And maybe the only other thing, I'll demo here is that if I use the file system, then the computer I'm happen to be on is called GRU laptop, and so these things are assets on that. If I wanted to look at that and upload or download things, and we'll get to what all the other stuff is in the training. But my suggestion would be either hit this, or if you're going to do full thing, is kind of come over to what I call Tile World and just start typing log off. All right, and then that logs that person off. All right, so that's remoting in and remoting back, and just give us a heads up if that doesn't work for you. Take care.